Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have a book tag for you, and it is Get to Know the Romance Reader by Brie Hill. I'll make sure to link it down below, and any channels that I mention as well will be linked down below in case you guys want to check them out. It feels like I'm saying this in every single video, but my dog has joined me for filming, so if you see her jump up on my bed beside me or just moving around in the background, I'm sorry about that, but she's here just chilling. So without further ado, let's get into the first question. So I laugh a lot when I think about what really got me into the romance genre, or what really got me into reading in general, and that was actually The Selection by Kiera Cass. This book series is truly my guilty pleasure series. You know, something that's not really good for you, something that's not really good, but like you just love it with all of your heart, and that is The Selection series by Kiera Cass. So I definitely got into the first 3 books of the series more so than I did the last 2 of like the duology. So my very origin story was definitely the first book by Kiera Cass, and then I enjoyed The Elite by Kiera Cass as well, but I just found America to be a little bit annoying, and she didn't have a lot of personal growth in this story, so that one was kind of iffy. But one by Kiera Cass, this was my favorite one in the whole series, the trilogy and the duology, and this story, just I love it so much. And this series was just something that catapulted me into the genre of romance and got me very interested. So I already know my answer for this question is going to be pretty lame. I like to read relatable characters, and I would probably just be myself in a book, which sounds really lame, I know, but I just want to be myself, and I would want my book written by Julie Cross because I love her writing and the mix between NA and YA. As you guys know, if you watched my first booktube tag, like was my very first video, I talked about one of my favorite books of all time is Whatever Life Throws at You by Julie Cross, and so I would definitely want to be written by Julie Cross. And kind of streaming off of that, I would want it to be either a forbidden romance or an enemies to lovers, because I love the witty banter and sarcasm that enemies to lovers offers, but I love like the little moments that in forbidden romances and like the sweetness of that. So I'd say kind of like a cross, like forbidden romance, enemies to lovers would be a really cool thing. Hey guys, so it's editing me just popping in here, and I completely misread the question. The question was asking what book that I've read this year would I recommend or want more people to read, but I answered the question as what book I read this year and I want to reread. So I'm sorry about that mix-up, it's totally my fault, but I'm just gonna play the clip of what books I want to reread, so I'm sorry about that. So speaking about Julie Cross and Whatever Life Throws at You, I definitely want to reread Whatever Life Throws at You because as soon as I finished it, I wanted to reread it, and that has not changed. I absolutely love this book with all of my heart, and I definitely want to reread it, and I will not shut up about this book. I'm so sorry guys, like I love it so much. But to give you guys a different book that I want to reread, I want to reread The Impossibility of Us by Katie Epperman. So as I'm filming this, I'm trying to find the words in which to describe this book and how to get my words across in a way that is one coherent thought. And I was just looking at the back of the cover slip, and one of my other favorite books that I also want to reread this year, but I haven't read it this year yet, I read it last year, Huntley Fitzpatrick. She wrote My Life Next Door, which I absolutely love. She said that this book is tender, romantic, and realistic, and I think that that just sums up all of my thoughts in which I was trying to ramble about perfectly. Another thing that made this book so unique was it's a dual perspective, and so the majority of the book is told by our main character, and then the parts that are told by our love interest are written in poetry. So I thought that was really interesting, and as someone who doesn't like poetry, I absolutely love this book. I would say I don't really have a favorite subgenre, but I definitely have a subgenre that I end up reading a lot, which is contemporary romance. One subgenre that I have not read a lot of has been like paranormal or dystopian. I haven't read a lot of that. I definitely want to, as I said before, expand my horizons on what subgenres and what genres I'm reading, and so yeah. As I said before, I don't really have a favorite author, and I'm definitely working to reading more of an author's work to really develop favorite authors, because I have a lot of authors that I would definitely buy books from, given I loved their past books, but I wouldn't say I have an author that I love so much and I trust so much that it's just an auto buy. But I'm not in a place in my reading where I have an author that I can just trust blindly. I'd say if there was anyone, it would be Julie Cross, but I've only read one of her books, so yeah. I don't think that there is an author that I would just auto buy from right now, but I'm definitely looking for authors that I would auto buy from. So for finding my romance recommendations, it's kind of an interconnected web, if I'm going to be honest. So I might find a book off of a recommendation from YouTube, and then I'll go on Goodreads on my computer and I'll look at that book, see if I like it, and then there's like this little tab on Goodreads that's also like books you might like, and then I go through that, and then I just kind of go into the wormhole of Goodreads and end up finding a bunch of books that I really think I would enjoy. I have also found a fair bit of books on Book Talk or Book TikTok, and one of my favorite people on there is Entangled Teens, and I actually got the recommendation for Whatever Life Throws at You by her, so I think I find some recommendations off of her, and then I also find some book recommendations off of Slikareads on Book Talk, and I'll try to link them down below. I'm not quite sure how to link a TikTok, but I'll definitely write their usernames down below. And then on BookTube, one of my favorite people to watch is Gabby Reads, and I actually got a couple recommendations off of her. So the book I was most excited for the upcoming release was the Falling in Love montage by Kiara Smith. And obviously it's no longer an upcoming release because it's taken me so long to film this and kind of start my BookTube channel, but this was definitely my most anticipated read. But now I think my most upcoming romance release will be Happy Singles Day by Marie Ann Walker. It just sounds like a super cute story. One misconception that I think is quite common in the romance genre is that romance books are only about romance. Now, this is a misconception because there are books that are very heavily driven on the romance aspect, and that is the main plot. However, there is a large chunk of romance books as well that have other plots going on. So this is the conclusion to the Get to Know Your Romance Reader tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channels for more book recommendations, reading vlogs, and book tags. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!